Hello, it's a quick video. It's a quick video for what it's worth. Let's have a little look at something. A quick video. We'll have a look at more later into it a little bit more. It's this lot here. Falkirk Council. This is early. This is from Falkirk Council. Early results from the 20 mph trial in Airth show average speeds when reduced 20 mph zones are now in place in 60 more communities across Falkirk. Right, and I've heard about this one in Bowness as well. I've heard a lot of negative comments about that. I haven't been down there for a while. I did a video there maybe about a year, 2 years ago. Apparently they've totally just ruined the bit, these clowns, right? So what is quick video? Now, what I can't go over these lot, right? So who are they? It does say, find out. Transports, thanks to Transports helping fund both projects. Really? Well, where does the money come from? Where does Transport Scotland get their money from? It's from taxpayers, right? So these clowns. Well, I can't get over this, right? Whatever you think about 20 zones or whatever you think about... Hold on. So here it is on their website. So what I was saying was, whatever you think about 20 zones, what your opinion is irrelevant. The bill, what I can't go over about this is that this bill, this fell in 2019. They couldn't get it through Parliament, Scottish Parliament. So that sign is meaningless. So this guy here, and that woman, and that guy there, they're corrupt. I mean, there's no other way of putting it, because they have implemented a speed zone with these signs, with that red circle around it and the 20, that are not enforceable, and they know it. He knows it. She knows it. She knows it. And he knows it. And it's the fact that the bill fell in 2019 is the problem with it. So it's not really about whether you agree or whether you don't. Why didn't they put it through the Parliament? Well, because they didn't want it. You know, it got voted down. People don't want the 20 zones. So all these criminals, him and them two, that's what they are. They're corrupt. Because they're pushing that which is not legal. So I could go and put any old sign up. That's what they've done. So you're actually, you know, you're causing a position where the law, people don't really care about the law, because real law is being ignored along with this nonsense. Because the vast majority of people don't care. 20 zones are stupid. Right, the whole thing is it shouldn't be on an A road. Right, there's no such thing as 20 zones apart from outside schools and hospitals. But if there was to be, I totally agree that you should only do 20 in these housing schemes. But that's an A road. Are you thick or something? You. And you and you. I think we should go up and ask these clowns, what sort of money are they getting? What's the money this guy's getting? And him. What are they getting paid to push this nonsense? I think we need to go up and actually ask them. That's what we need to do, because I think it's terrible what they've done. But mainly because it's not lawful. I don't know if it's illegal or unlawful. It's just not lawful. If we go to Parliament, propose something, and we decide, no, we're not going to do that, and then you go and do it, how can that be right? That's not right. And then you lot are pushing it. You should have resigned. You should resign. But they're all in they're pigs in the, you know, pigs, aren't they? In the trough, getting all the money. Aye, I mean, that's what they are. Destroying our infrastructure. So people need to get to their work. There's nobody going to drive along there at 20 miles per hour. You shouldn't have children. So they're way to put planters in at the entrance and exit of Airth. It's an A road. What are you trying to do? Destroy the economy? You know, so anyway, right. So road safety measures across Falkirk Council are making an impact. Really. early data from so they put cables on the road showing clear reductions in vehicle speeds. April 2024, Airth became the first location to put a 20 limit. Well, it's not a limit though, is it? So that's fake. That's false representation. If we called that a zone, it's not a limit because it's not enforceable. It's about an 18-month trial. Initial findings show average vehicle speeds have reduced from 26 to 23 following monitoring at 11 locations across the village. To further enhance road safety, so they've implemented, okay, so they put something in that's 20 and they're over the moon because people are doing 23.1. So that's a success. To further enhance road safety, more permanent traffic calming features, including planters, splitter islands at both village entrances are now in detailed design. So they've got plenty of money for that. These will be installed in October 2025 as part of a long-term infrastructure to support the 20 miles per hour limit. Well, it's not a limit. Building on Airth's success, 20 miles per hour speed limits have now been introduced in 16 additional settlements as part of a phase 1 rollout. These schemes were delivered at a cost of 91,000, with 82,000 funded by Transport Scotland. That's our taxpayers' money that they are wasting on this crap. These criminals. I think they are criminals. I do. I think that's what they are. They're not doing their job properly. They're supposed to look after us. That's wasting money. They should have turned around and says, we can't do this because this bill fell in 2019. Now, Police Scotland, I've done all the research on this you like. Police Scotland are refusing to specify whether they are refusing under a Freedom of Information request to clarify if they're real speed limits because they know they're not. And the reason they won't clarify is because they're in the pockets of the Scottish Government. They're corrupt. So this nonsense. We'll not go so much. We'll maybe go and have a look at that Snub Bray one. It must be the Sender Bonus. But I've had a lot of people complaining about it. So they went and put. I believe they've put all that in there, all that, when there wasn't any of it there before. But I can't actually remember. I'll need to go down and have a look at it. Can change driver behaviour. Oh, I mean, you're destroying infrastructure. You're destroying the. And what's it going? I mean, Airth, the baker shut down. You're going to put all these planters in. You're going to end up destroying the community of Airth. There's not going to be MD. I mean, they shut down the Airth Hotel. They shut down the pub. What was it called again? Forget. The was it Elphinstone or something like that? What was it? I forgot. So they shut both hotels are shut. The baker's shut. Is the post office shut? Everything's shut. You're going to turn it into some ghetto village, and nobody's going to. Well, wait, it's just for NIMBYs, isn't it? Wandering around the streets. But that's an A road. We've got infrastructure. It's an A road for trucks, buses, and cars. Commerce, right? Go makes the road safest. I bet. Does it mention net zero? So this is a singular piece of. This is a. It's hugely encouraging. So this is a. Who's this from? Fiona Hislop. It's hugely encouraging to see the positive impact of the 20 miles per hour pilot in Airth. We know that reducing speed saves lives. Well, you don't really, do you? You're 7 times more likely to survive if struck by a car at 20 miles per hour compared to 30. Well, that's only one piece of. That's one singular piece of information. That's not critical analysis. You need to do critical analysis. So you need to have the overall fact of the matter, and the research that's been done is that actually 20 zones are more dangerous because the public become more soporific and they just wander around the road and they'll get run down and killed, and it's going to be your fault, Fiona, right? Because you're a dumpling, right? But well, you're getting well paid, so why would you bother, you know? So the problem with this is that there's a pollution as well. But the reality is, well, they're claiming they've dropped the speed from 26 to 23. So this is it. The improvements are also very well by making the junction safe for all users, walking, wheeling, cycling. This is trying to get us out of our cars, people, right? They're trying to stop us from driving. This is from the World Economic Forum. This is where this is coming from. This is next it's 15-minute gulags. The next they'll be going on about 15-minute gulags. And Fiona will be telling you how brilliant they are while your battery facility catches fire. But let's not go into all that too much now. This kind of investment is delivering real benefits. It isn't delivering anything. Not only by improving road safety, but by encouraging more people to choose active travel. I'm pleased to see local authorities like Falkirk leading the way in delivering meaningful change in their communities. Absolute bullshit. Active travel, look at the state of her. She's probably heading straight to the baker's to get some donuts. None of them look very active. Well, maybe the guys do, but it's a lot of bullshit, honestly. So that's the 20 zones. They've been lying about climate change as well, but let's just call it a day at that. Or a bunch of clowns, yeah. We should really go and actually ask them why. I'd like to actually go and ask. I don't know which one's which. Council leader Cecil Meiklejohn. Council leader. Why are you implementing a fake speed limit? That's what I would be asking him. I want to go and ask him that. Why are you implementing a fake speed limit? Because that's fake. It's not real. So then the next question is, why didn't you get it? Why can we not have a real speed limit there? Well, because it fell in Parliament. It didn't get passed. The democracy voted against it. A democratic decision was made against that. But that's what all this is about, people. It's not really necessarily about the actual 20 zones. It's about the democracy and how they clowns and criminals can just do what they want, regardless of what we think. And they're egged on by NIMBYs, but it doesn't matter. It's a democracy we're talking about. These are undemocratic, and these people are undemocratic, and they should be removed from office, I would say. And these 20 zones should certainly be removed. The signs should be removed, put back to 30. The police should do their job and fine people for speeding. You know, and you find there's only 3 policemen in the whole of Falkirk. That's the real. This is all part of the grift. So they're putting all this stuff in, but we're getting less. We're actually getting less. It's like George Orwell's 1984. It's more of the sort of grift where you're led to believe that things are tighter, but they're not. It's all a con and a scam. It's all fake. When the actual fact you're not going to get done for speeding because there's no police there to check that you're speeding. So that's how they're putting planters and everything. Well, why don't we just move them? Move the planters out of the way. Get rid of these signs. Right, so that's going to do it, guys. I think that's disgraceful. Cecil Meiklejohn, Douglas Gardner, Gary McGregor, Douglas Gardner, he's this. You know, the SNP guy. They're all criminals. They're all undemocratic, the whole lot of them. The democratic system's broken, and this proves it. Gary McGregor from Falkirk Council. Maybe have a look and see what their salaries are. Actually, they didn't get paid much. That's probably because they're numpties. That's how the Green Communists have got them in there. 42,698. I wouldn't get in my bed for that. I was expecting them being a lot more than that. My dad was making that in 1976. That's why they've got numpties. I actually feel sorry for them. 42 grand a year. 42. You'll be on some other. That's not well paid at all, eh? Well, no, but they're still stupid anyway. They shouldn't be standing there and they shouldn't be doing that. That's even more reason not to do it, but then they'll just get some other clown to do it, won't they? That just shows you what it is. That the government are just the World Economic Forum's putting numpties like that into power in the councils. The councils are being destroyed by corruption and clowns like this and all this sort of crap. We should put a stop to it. They'll more than likely have the battery facilities now, and they won't object to that. I mean, it really is out of order, like, you know. They're supposed to look after us, but all they do is just rip us off and treat us for fools. You get a handful of NIMBYs shouting for this stuff, and they're all stupid, aren't they? They're just totally stupid. So thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe. And object. Well, I don't know what to do, but don't vote for any of these clowns, but I don't exactly know what to do about it to stop them from behaving in such a corrupt manner, but hopefully the tide will start to turn on this. Some of them lot need to get prosecuted. It needs to start coming out of their wages. It needs to start coming out of their money. That would stop them from getting involved in stuff like this. If they were personally liable, that would be the answer. If they were personally liable and come along and what do you mean? Well, the money they've spent, they've made it sound all fluffy there, but it's money, innit? A couple of $100,000 for some signs and a pot plant. What a bunch of actual wasters. And then, you know, so they're going to spend a couple $100,000 and say, oh, it's from this fund and that fund. Oh, aye, happy days. It's taxpayers' money is what it is. And it's all that shit, and it'll all get ripped. It's all going to get ripped out. It's all going to get ripped out in the next 5 years. And that's what it should. This lot of crap should get ripped out right now. People of Earth should go and rip that lot down. Why have they... That's an A road. That's what really pisses... It's an A road. It's for trucks and commerce and buses and cars. Children shouldn't be on there. People shouldn't be wandering around the road. Should be off the road. All you're really doing is promoting, you're paving the way for your children to have 15-minute gulags. They're communists. They can't get in a car and go and work anywhere because all these places have all been shut off. And look what happens. You see these inner city areas. That's like the one in Lidl in Glasgow, where you can't get out the place unless you show your receipt. The door locks. It's because it's full of criminals. Shoplifters and everything in Glasgow, in the centre of Glasgow. There's this with green communism. We've got like all these clean air zone lies and all the nonsense. That's what it's heading there. And all the sort of people with money are going to be locked in their houses. They'll have somewhere nice to live and all the, you know, a Tesla outside or something and all this stuff. But what sort of community you got? You can't go wandering down there, go for a pint. The pubs are all shut. The baker's shut. The shops are shut, the post office is shut. Does that not tell you something? And now you're going to make it worse. So all these like weirdo cyclists, they don't spend any money. They can buy Lycra gear on Amazon, get on their bike and cycle around. They're bloody doubled up. Why is this guy not doing something about that? The cyclists that cycle around there in threes. Why is he looks like one of them, doesn't he? He looks like a cyclist. Anyway, I'm going to go now. So thanks for watching. Bye. Absolute clowns, a lot of them. Bye. Remember and like, share and subscribe.